So, with the announcement and soon-to-be arrival of the upcoming Ninja Turtles Naruto crossover, which, can we just take again a moment to step back and appreciate the fact that this is a real thing. We're living in a timeline where we're getting a legit Ninja Turtles and Naruto crossover, something we thought was never possible. And that's kind of what the idea of this video is, because with the obvious success of what's going to come with Ninja Turtles and Naruto, it might open the doorway to more comic and manga crossovers. Now, not to say there hasn't been any before Ninja Turtles and Naruto. There was obviously that Attack on Titan Avengers story that was just like, it ended halfway through and was never picked up again after that Free Comic Book Day issue. There's also been, a few others like Mazinger Z and Transformers. There's been, All Might showing up in Deadpool Samurai. There's been a few things. But this is the biggest one. This is the biggest one, and if it sells well, which it's going to, it might open the door to more comic book and manga crossovers. Now, the thing is that I've talked about before that they're kind of hard to do. They're obviously hard to do because, A, we're talking about two different countries with two different business models. B, if you get one out, it's a lot of talking. I imagine IDW and Paramount and Hasbro... Wait, Hasbro doesn't own Ninja Turtles, I'm sorry. But, Paramount, IDW, all the writers... Just to give you and I've talked about it before, of how hard something like this is to pull off. IDW has to talk to to Shonen Jump, who talks to their lawyers, who talks to IDW's lawyers, who talks to Paramount, who talks to Viz Media, who talks to the original creator of Naruto, who their lawyers, and then their lawyers talk back to IDW. And you see where I'm going with this? The intricate web of legality is mind-numbing. It's impossibly mind-numbing, and it's just so fucking frustrating. I mean, getting crossovers in between companies here in America is difficult. Imagine trying to do it between America and Japan. That's what I'm saying. But again, if this does well, maybe this will make things easier for, Japanese manga and comic books to cross over with each other. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Now, could Naruto Ninja Turtles be a one-off thing? It totally could. It could absolutely 100%. But if we can get this thing to sell amazing numbers that you have never seen before, then I think, honest to God, we could get more in the future. So this video is talking about what comic manga crossovers I would love to see in the future. That's really what it is. So yeah, sorry I had that pause there. My brain just stopped. Anyway, so we're going to talk about what manga crossovers, manga comic crossovers I would love to see in the future, and hopefully they happen. Starting off, we have one that I've been dying for. One I've been absolutely I want this to happen. Now it could actually happen, and I think it's a strong possibility for a multitude of reasons. That being Power Rangers Sailor Moon. Could you just imagine the tagline real fast? In the name of the moon, it's morphin' time! There's your tagline, right there. The reason why I would love to see Power Rangers Sailor Moon is because Sailor Moon is inspired by Super Sentai. And Power Rangers has always had that connection to magic as well as, giant monsters. Again, Sailor Moon was meant to be Super Sentai for girls. So the fact that we could get... And Sailor Moon is still popular. It's still been a, tentpole franchise for anime. So I really do think that, a Power Rangers Sailor Moon crossover could absolutely work. If anything, to sell toys of, Ranger versions of the Sailor Guardians. That alone, if you just told Hasbro, hey, we can make toys of these, of, making Sailor Moon the Red Ranger, or, Ami the Blue, making, the Sailor Mercury into the Blue Ranger, we can make them into... We can make Sailor Rangers. We can make those toys. Hasbro would, give them all the money, because we are going to make so much. Those Power Ranger Ninja Turtle crossover toys sold insane. The Green Ranger Shredder one alone made buku money. So imagine that. And again, and I would love to see like Rita and Queen Beryl team up. You could have Galaxia team up, you could have Galaxia team up with Dark Spectre. There you go, Galaxia. Like, have the two biggest villains and most powerful villains in Power Ranger and Sailor Moon mythology. Just have Queen Beryl and Beryl and Rita would make so much sense. Like, Beryl and Rita would make so much sense. Like, have Rita resurrect Queen Beryl, or have it set during the beginning of, like, the early days of, Season 1 Sailor Moon. There you go. Even have, like, that Rita and the others, like, were, battled, Queen Serenity ages ago, and they actually... Queen Serenity helped Zordon put Rita in the cosmic dumpster. I'm giving you all the ideas here, folks. So yeah, Boom Studios. I don't know, because I've heard rumblings that Boom Studios might lose the comic rights and Image might take them. Hasbro might give them to Image to go with the Energon verse. I don't know if that's true. I wouldn't put it past them, but Power Rangers is Boom Studios' biggest comic. That's the one that is their bread and butter. So I think they're going to be fine. I think they'll have it for a bit longer. Again, never say never, but Boom Studios would be it would just be awesome to see them reach out and be like, "Hey, can we do Power Rangers Sailor Moon?" I guarantee you people would go nuts for it. Following that, I know everyone wants Justice League Dragon Ball Z. I know people say Superman Dragon Ball Z, but I've learned at this point we're never getting a solo Superman crossover again. I don't know why. So it would be Justice League and Dragon Ball Z, just to have Goku fight Superman. That's all anyone wants from that crossover. But I kind of just I'm just kind of like, no one will be happy with that crossover. If Superman wins, people are going to be pissed. If Goku wins, people are going to be pissed. If no one wins, everyone's going to be pissed. So I kind of just don't want to have a Dragon Ball Z crossover, because I know no one's going to be happy with the result. Even if Superman's like, "Oh, we don't need to fight, we'll just team up," which is the most logical thing that will happen. No one wants that, because everyone just wants, "Oh, I want Goku and Superman to fight." Can we just have them team up? No one's going to be happy with that. That's the problem. And God help us if they have, like, a scene where Batman beats Vegeta or something. Everyone's going to lose their fucking mind. So, I would prefer... I prefer Dragon Ball Z just kind of kept out of the spotlight, of the crossover spotlight. It'd be cool to see it, but, like, I'd prefer not to, just for the backlash, because no one's going to be happy with that crossover no matter what. As for a few others I'd like to see, and I think this could be possible now that IDW and Toho are working together. And it's not an American property, but it is written by an American comic studio. I think a Godzilla Attack on Titan is now possible. I really do think Godzilla versus Attack on Titan is now a possible thing. Toho could give them the green light, and Toho did the Attack on Titan movies. Not great, but still they did them. So they already have a rapport, so we could get a legit Godzilla Attack on Titan one. Yes, it's not American comics, but it is from an American comic studio, and now that we're open to more crossovers, yay. I would also like to see, and no one's going to care, but I'd like to see Tenchi Muyo and Green Lantern. I would absolutely adore to see Tenchi Muyo Green Lantern. For others, I think if Dynamite, because now Dynamite owns this property, I think Terminator Ghost in the Shell would be fucking great. Just have a story where the timelines are kind of conflicting and smashing into each other, or just have it play with the whole thing of there's so many fucking timelines in Terminator now, and have it that time travel's fucked everything, and now you've had a Terminator in the Ghost in the Shell timeline, and just have Kusanagi fight a T-800, and even have her get reprogrammed by Skynet and have her become a Terminator. I think that would be really cool. Black Lagoon would be another one. I'd like to see Black Lagoon and Wolverine. Well, as much as I would love to see, and I should have preferenced this earlier, I don't think, DC is more open to this. I think DC could do a manga crossover at some point, but I think Marvel's not going to do it. Disney, the mouse is just not going to let them. So I'm not even going to try to... I was going to say Wolverine and... or Punisher and Black Lagoon, or Wolverine and Black Lagoon. But then I remembered, oh yeah, I'm being realistic, and like, the mouse is never going to let that happen. So I am going to say instead, I think Batman Black Lagoon could happen. Yeah, Batman Black Lagoon could happen. I think that is... but again, Black Lagoon doesn't have the biggest following, but Batman Black Lagoon would make so much sense. I think that we could do Vampirella Hellsing. There's another one. But yeah, there's so many. And now that the door has been cracked open, now we're just waiting for the next big thing to kick the door open, right? Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what crossovers, manga and comic, are you hoping to see? Please be a little realistic here. Like, throwing out, like, Marvel ones, I don't think we're going to get Marvel ones. So, let's kind of keep it, like, in the realm of, like, Dynamite, Dark Horse, Boom, DC. DC Comics is going to be the biggest one to do crossovers. Hell, even throw in Legendary Comics. We could get Pacific Rim or the Monsterverse get crossovers. Even Image, now that they have Transformers and whatnot, and G.I. Joe and the Universal Monsters. All that good shit. Anyway, so just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.